Welcome to our short program for a general stretch. We're going to look at some key areas that we need to release every single day. We're going to start by using a chair, 2 blankets and a strap. First of all, we're going to face a chair and we're going to bring our feet about as wide as the chair leg. And we need to press down into the outside edges of the feet, and then we're going to fold at the hip and just take the hands onto the top of the chair. Then I'm going to walk back until I start to feel that lovely length down the sides of the torso. You should also get it underneath the armpit. And now we're doing this to create length in the spine. So if you feel like your hamstrings are screaming at you, feel free to bend the knee. And if you can, you want to try and keep your buttocks lifted, and you're just getting some lovely length here. For the health of your neck, I'm going to invite you first of all to look between your thighs, and then lift and look to the top of the chair, and again between the thighs, and lift, look to the top of the chair, push into your feet, and then inhale and come up to standing. So that's just a nice general length of the torso and into the chest. Now we're going down to lengthen the hips, and we're going to take a blanket underneath the knees. If you know you're tight in your hips, then you may want to take 2 blankets underneath your knees. And those people that know me see me do this pose all the time. If I could only do one stretch a day for the rest of my life, this is the stretch I would choose. The right leg's going forward. The chair is coming on the inside of the leg. I create pressure into the foot, because when I push down into the foot, that tells this side of the body to stabilize, and it activates this glute. When the chain is stable, the other side of the chain can relax. So I'm going to invite my left thigh to go heavy, and I can feel a stretch at the top of my left hip. Shoulders are down, I need to maintain posture. And I'm using the chair just so I don't weight the knee, and so I can keep excellent posture. And this is your hip flexor stretch. And your hip flexors originate from all of the lumbar vertebrae, and they insert into the head of the femur. So it's really important to stretch them every single day. Change over. You might feel a bit stiff after that long hold, but that's a good thing. Left leg goes forward. Bring the chair to the inside of the leg. Give it a little squeeze so you get that sensory cue here. Squeeze the bottom. Press down into the left foot. Maintain posture. And you don't have to do this to a chair. You could do this without the chair and just have your hands on your hip. You could do this to a bench, a coffee table, a couch, your office chair. Keep the squeeze on the glutes so you're inviting this length here through the hip flexor. It's a fundamental part of your lower back health to release your hips every day. And then release. So we lengthen the torso, we've stretched the hip. Another important part of a general stretch sequence is to release the chest. So take a blanket, roll it up, and place it down the center of the mat. And then do the same with the other blanket. Roll it up. Place it down the center of the mat. Now you can do this on a foam roller. Foam roller is great. This is our option for blankets. And we're going to sit on top and then lie back. Head is on. So you've got the support now from the back of the skull all the way down to the tailbone. And if you're a little bit tight in the chest here, you might look like this. And if that's you, then I'm going to invite you to put something underneath your head so you've got a neutral alignment. Just so the legs can relax, place them in tent position. Let those knees go in on each other and then rest your arms. Palms of your hands are facing up. Let the shoulders fall back, and what you should be feeling is a lovely stretch in the chest towards the armpit as we release the pec major. Tight chest muscles dramatically impact how you stand. If you're a little bit rounded, that's a sign that your chest muscles are a little bit tight. So just doing this general stretch every day would be really helpful. So just let those shoulders relax, let the arms fall back. And I like to do this one at bedtime. And I actually have a foam roller in both my children's bedrooms, and they both have to lie on the foam roller and do this at bedtime, just to help their posture and to release the tightness of their chest. And then release, roll off to the side. And next we'll get into the hamstrings. So we'll get rid of the blankets. Unless you would like a blanket under your head, you could keep one for your head. And we'll get the strap. So this will be the final muscle group for our general stretch. Strap comes in around the back of the heel. And the leg extends up straight. Now, the common mistake when people try to stretch the hamstrings is they bring the leg in, but they can never straighten it, so they're often here. And because the hamstring inserts through the back of the knee, it's really important that the leg is straight. So if you need to have your leg here to have it straight, please do so. Then once you've got the straightness of the leg, I'm going to invite you to walk your hands up your strap and pull down. And that kind of helps to set the head of the femur back into the hip socket. Now, stretching the hamstrings is never normally pretty. It can be quite nauseating. It's a big, powerful muscle group. But it should be stretched every day, just like your hips, just like your chest. Now release and change over. Other leg goes in. Straighten it. Remember to find a place. Where is it straight? Don't compromise by bending. Find the straightness. Feel like you're pressing the four corners of the back of the knee away. Feel like you're lifting up through the heel bone, pulling the toes back. Then walk your arms up the strap, gentle tug down so you feel that thigh bone anchor itself into the hip socket. Today I'm keeping the opposite leg bent just to give a little bit more support for the lower back. But if you're comfortable in this pose, then you might normally do it with the opposite leg straight, and that's okay too. And then release, bend the knee, roll to the side, bring yourself up, and that concludes our general short stretch program.